So I'm going to start off with the skin as I always do, using E50, E21 for shading, and R20 for the blush. I always work on one section at a time. Even though I'm going to be coloring all the skin the same colors, obviously, I'm only doing, like right now I'm doing just the face. It makes it easier to do just a small section at a time to keep the ink wet so that it blends easier. Because once the ink dries, you can still blend, but it blends smoother and works better if you do, like I said, just a small section at a time. And I use tight concentric circles when I'm blending. That makes the colors blend together better. And also eliminates the chance of there being like lines or marker marks, I guess. So yeah, working a small section, it's super quick and easy. And then again for the blush, I'm just going to pick up the color using my E50 and picking it up from the R20 and then just dabbing it into place. This gives a much more subtle effect. Okay, now I'm just going to go in and finish the rest of the skin. Okay, now I want to do the hairs, so I've decided to make it pretty yellowish blonde. So I'm going to use Y00, Y02, and Y06 to color her hair, starting off with the lightest. Before I get to that, I forgot to do her little, she's got little pointed fairy ears, so I want to quickly color in those. There we go. Okay, back to the hair. So yeah, lay down base of color, and then I'll go in with the Y02. And then back in with the darkest, which is the Y06. And then blend it all together again with the Y000. Okay, now on to her dress. I've decided to do it in two different shades of green, lighter green and a darker green. So I've chosen YG41 and YG06 for the lighter green, and G07 and G28 for the darker greens. These ones are completely in different areas of the spectrum. So I'm going to start with the lighter green, which I want near the top. Just lay down that there, and like so. And then I'll add some of the darker in here. And then blend these together. Okay, and then with the darker greens, I want those to kind of feather up into it, so I'll start with the G07. Just lay down a bit of a base, and then I'm going to go in with the G28 and add some of the darker areas. And then blend that together carefully so I don't make a huge mess. And then what I'm going to do is feather the color upwards, just like so. And then you take the YG06 and feather this downwards. And I'll take the lightest, which was the YG41. And feather and blend the colors together. And depending on the look you're trying to go for, you might have to do this process a few times. Just be careful not to oversaturate the cardstock, because if that happens, then the color is going to start pushing, although you're going to have just a big mess. So you just want to use a really light touch. And just keep going back and forth until it's blended. You can see how much it's seeping into the cardstock. It's not fully seeped through yet. It can take a little bit more, but when it starts getting really dark like this, you know that it's been, like, it's saturating cardstock. So you can't do a whole lot more blending without it smearing everywhere. So I'm pretty much, even though I'm not 100% happy with it, I'm just going to leave it as is, because I don't want to, like I said, oversaturate and then cause the image to smear and waste all of this work. And last but not least, I want to do her wings, and I've decided to give them a slightly green tint this time, so I'm going to use G000 and G000 and my colorless blender. And this time I'll start with the darkest of the three, which is the G000, and go in with the G000 and kind of blend it towards the center of the image, or wings I should say. And then last but not least, go in with the colorless blender and blend them all so that they fade to white. Okay, so that's all there is to it, and I will talk to you guys next time.